Uh. Yeah. Brooklyn. Quarter water in my palm, brown bag round the bottle. Corner store cat talking big like a novel. Graffiti on the gate, tell the tales of tomorrow. Lost names in the paint, mixed with pride, mixed with sorrow. Mama yelling out the window, dinner getting cold, but the cipher on the sidewalk feeling better than gold. Had a notebook full of margins, full of dreams, full of schemes, trying to turn a crack curb to a limousine. Skyline stories, written in smoke, every brick breathing, every block spoke. From the stoop to the train to the late night glory. We ain't rich yet, but we rich in stories. Skyline stories, talk to the clouds, whole hood chanting, say it out loud. If I make it off this corner, they gon' quote me. New York veins in a boom bap on. Winter cold heavy, but the rent feel heavier. Landlord knocking, heart beating like a predator. Dice game jumping on a milk crate throne. Heard my cousin took a charge just to keep us all home. Got a call from my brother, he said keep that pen bleeding. You the voice for the block, you the reason we still breathing. So I scribbled every heartbreak, every rusty gate, every siren, turned pain into poems and the diamond story, written in smoke, every brick breathing, every block spoke. From the stoop to the train to the late night glory. We ain't rich yet, but we rich in stories. Skyline stories, talk to the clouds, whole hood chanting, say it out loud. If I make it off this corner, they gon' quote me. New York veins and a boom bap on me. Yeah. From the payphone echoes to the boarded up shops. We the heart of the hustle that the city forgot. But as long as that drum knock, we forever in frame. I put my block in the bars, they gon' remember the name. Fresh butter on the toast when I step out. Corner store, coffee, brown bag, get the stress out. Gold on my neck, but the talk stay quiet. They brag on the net, I just walk by it. High-rise windows, view from the lobby. Young kid dreaming how the suit gon' fit my body. Mama said prayer while she counted up rent. I learned how to flip pain into every percent. This that skyline confession, raised on the curb, now we talk progression. Turn the struggle to a custom fit. Little bit of hustle, lot of substance in it. It's that late night lesson, still bless the block, that's my true profession. From the staircase, pressure to the penthouse view. Everything I ever wanted, had to build that true. Still dap old heads, posted by the hydrant. They remember Lil me, pockets all side, now slide past clean. Same heart, new stitching. Marble in the lobby, same pain, new kitchen. Shorty from the Ave in a midtown dress. She still ties scarf like the days we had less. We toast to the wins for the ones who ain't here. Pour a little back, let it drip, that's a tear. It's that skyline confession, raised on the curb, now we talk aggression. Turn the struggle to a custom fit. Little bit of hustle, lot of substance in it. It's that late night lesson, still bless the block, that's my true profession. From the staircase, pressure to the penthouse view. Everything I ever wanted, had to build that true. Hooded up, on the corner by the bodega. Loose leaf pages, ain't though with the anger. Pay phone ringing, but we let that ring out. Mama said church, but the block said bring out. Dice hit concrete, echo through the dead end. OG nods one step, me and you were made friend. 4 green benches, splinters in my school clothes. Dreams in the Jan Sport, stuff where the glue goes. From the stoop to the skyline, we ride slow. Every scar, every sidebar, I let it show. I came up all them 4 green corners, 4 green corners, 4 green corners. If you ain't bleed for your name, then you don't know. Every verse feel like chord, I'm on that road. I came up all them 4 green corners, Four green corners, four green corners. Brownstone shadows, steam from the manhole. Sneakers on the wire, marking where the clan roll. For a train rumble, shaking in my rib cage. Learn how to flip paint, turn it into rent pay. Hand me down bubble, zipped up through the blizzards. Writing in my mitten, frostbite on my fingers. Shorty on the third floor, yelling from the window. Don't let them write you off, you write what you been through. From the stool to the skyline, we ride slow. Every scar, every sidebar, I let it show. I came up all them four green corners, four green corners, four green corners. If you ain't bleed for your name, then you don't know. Every verse feel like chord, I'm on that road. I came up all them four green corners, four green corners, four green corners. Block talk patience, nothing here instant. You either turn statistic or turn it to an imprint. So when they talk legends, mention where I started. Mailbox stuff with warrants, heart still cold-hearted. From the stool to the skyline, we ride slow. Every scar, every sidebar, I let it show. I came up all them four green corners, four green corners, four green corners. If you ain't bleed for your name, then you don't know. Every verse feel like chord, I'm on that road. I came up all them four green corners, four green corners, four green corners. Yeah, four green corners. Yeah, four green corners. Windows crack, cold air in my face. 35 bus ride, back to the staircase. Gray dust on my thumbs again. Whole damn block, know how this ends. Got the spiral notebook, bend in my coat. Half-torn pages full of rent in my quotes. Corner store credit, forward loose in the soda. Rhymes in the margin while they talk Motorola. Bench seat splinters on the parkside table. Dice hit the concrete, clack like cable. Uncle on the 6th floor, yo through the screen. Lil' man spit that verse, chase that dream. So I give him that raw, stomach line hunger. Lunch ticket flip to a beat I remember. That same 4 bars from the neighbor's window. Loop in my head like a scratched up single. Back on the crates, 94 in my veins. Dust in my lungs, kick drum in my brain. Whole block lean when that record rotates. I was made on the craze. Project hallway, smell of paint and fried food. Mop bucket water, mixed with old school. Stairwell echo on my late night verses. Every other word got a price, got curses. Hoodie with the drawstrings tight in December. Heat from the speaker, all I really remember. Cats on the corner, swap tapes like religion. Pause button edit, turn the kitchen to a mission. Mama in the bedroom, counting out tips. I'm in the front room, counting out scripts. Rewind so vicious that the tape might snap. If it do, that's life, I just flip that scrap. Back on the crates, 94 in my veins. Dust in my lungs, kick drum in my brain. Whole block lean when that record rotates. I was made on the craze.
2 hands, 1 dream, 1 style, 1 team, 4 walls, 1 scheme. Turn a verse to steam.
From the hallway cipher to the rooftop stoop. Same voice, same truth. Just a bigger loop. Just a bigger loop. Just a bigger loop.
Windows fall, back car seat, summer sweat, stuck to the leather. Last train back to 96. Token in my fist, brown bag on my kicks. Pop said home by 9. I was under them lights way past that line. Graffiti ghosts on the overpass beam. Whole block squeezed in a 2-room dream. Cousin had a pager, swear he ran to town. I just had a Walkman, head forever down. Recorded off the radio, hiss in the tape. Had to hit pause quick when the static would break. Mama in the kitchen with the news too loud. I learned how to tune it out and still feel proud. Last train back to 96. Yeah. Whole life fitted in a JanSport zip. Old heads yelling, boy, don't slip. But I still miss that. Last train back to 96. Heartbeat, sync to the track we skip. Every little scar from the days we trip. I still ride that, I still ride that. Still ride that, still ride that. Yeah. Summers on the stoop, mail crates for a throne. Dominoes crack, someone laughs through the phone. Neighbor on the third had a voice like smoke, singing over records while the needles spoke. We passed that ball till the sky turned gray. Street lights flicker, that was time to pray. Not the church kind, just let me stay free. Let my brother beat the case, let him come home to me. Corner store credit with the crumpled bills. 40-ounce stories and no due bills. We learned more there than the chalkboard gave. How to read a face, how to act real brave. Last train back to 96. Yeah. Whole life fit in a JanSport zip. Old heads yelling, boy, don't slip. But I still miss that. Last train back to 96. Heartbeat, sync to the track we skip. Every little scar from the days we trip. I still ride that. I still ride that. Tap my card, gates slide apart. Same steel tracks, way different heart. City got glass where the brick used to be, but I still hear us, 12, 13, laughing through fear, running through heat. Every misstop felt like a beat. Yeah. Last train back to 96. Last train back to 96. Back on sea. Back on sea.
Back on the steps, milk crate thrown, graffiti name on a payphone. Summer in June, sweat on the brim, loose lace Timbs, faded team brim. Corner store cat giving head non slow. Dollar chips, grape drink, change on the floor. Mom yelling out, dinner getting cold, but the cipher spun tight, so I never went home. Back on the steps, we were legends on the block. Broken boombox, but the rhythm never stopped. Every crack, sidewalk held the dreams we sketched. 1990 something, back on the steps. Notebook lines all bent at the spine, doodles in the margin, schemes in my mind. Big cousin said, kid, breathe on the beat, so I learned how to talk from the cracks in the street. Subway roar through the great low rumble. Cardboard laid out, kids flipped and stumbled. Street light buzz when the night came creeping. I wrote one more bar while the block kept breathing. Back on the steps, we were legends on the block. Broken boombox, but the rhythm never stopped. Every crack, sidewalk held the dreams we sketched. 1990 something, back on the steps.
Skipping class just to rhyme in the hallway. Spiral notebook full of bars in the ashtray. Walkman buzzing on the city bus side. They rewind with a pencil, that was how the track played. Payphone rings, quarter in the slot. Cousin on the line like meet me on the block. Cardboard down, little boombox knock. Shoelace loose but the head not locked. Back when it was simple, just a kick and a crackle and a sample. Whole world in a rhyme on a pad. If the loop felt right, we were glad. Back when it was simple, same tape all week, still it hit though. Every scratch, every hiss in the air made it feel like the moment was rare. Mama yelling from the window, dinner getting cold, but the crew in a circle, every story getting told. One mic passing like the ball at the park. Sun dropping slow, verse glowing in the dark. Brown bag snacks on the front stoop table. Cousin draw a logo on a torn pack label. Dreamed of our name on the side of a crate. Digging through the bins for a flip we could make. Back when it was simple, just a kick and a crackle and a sample. Whole world in a rhyme on the pad. If the loop felt right, we were glad. Back when it was simple, same tape all week, still it hit though. Every scratch, every hiss in the air made it feel like the moment was rare. Late night static on the bedroom radio. Low voice talking over drums like a sacred show. I press record, fingers shaking on the red. Felt like the future lived right there in my head.
Store smell, grease on my fingers, cold air bite, dreams getting bigger. Used to count change on a milk crate throne, scuffed up Tim's, tap beats on stone. Little black spiral full of get out plans. Mama yelling hurry, I was scheming with my mans. Oxtail plate right stuck to the fork. Way big thoughts on a late night walk. Turnstile jump, heart thump off beat. Knew I'd own the city when it called my feet. Skyline crown, I'm made for this. Gold in my grin, from the broke boy rich. From the hallway smoke to the penthouse bricks. Skyline crown, I was made for this. Skyline crown, I'm made for this. Gold in my grin, from the broke boy rich. From the hallway smoke to the penthouse bricks. Skyline crown, I was made for this. Dice hit concrete, echo off brick. Old heads talking how the game flip quick. Brownstone stoop where I learned those codes. Shake right, talk light, keep your wins untold. Big plate, appetite, eyes on plates too. Could've chased crumbs, but I baked my food. Whole block heavy, but my voice cut clean like a car door slammed through a midnight scene. From the bus stop rain to the black car tent. From the short week money to the long term flip. From the side eye doubt to the front row chant. I'm the can't be done turn, of course we can. Skyline crown, I'm made for this. Gold in my grin, from the broke boy wrist. From the hallway smoke to the penthouse bricks. Skyline crown, I was made for this.
Mama folded rent in a coffee can. Kept a good place high on the fridge. Told me, boy, dream bigger than this block. But the block kept tugging on my wrist. Uncle had a bottle in a back car. Ash on his shirt, cards on the table. Said I almost got out, then I slipped. Whole room nodded like that story was a fable. Sirens drew maps through my little window. Red, blue stains on the hallway wall. We learned math, counting who ain't came back. Learn to pray, we ain't answer that call. Cracks in the concrete, roots still reach. Whole lot of pain in a 4-block piece. I Eyes on the sky, but my shoes in the street. I carry my people and I carry this beat. Cracks in the concrete, still I grow. Heart so heavy, but I move so slow. Every scar that you see when I speak is a page from the block, from the cracks in the concrete.
Yeah. First homie lost over 30 in a dice game. Second lost life trying to earn that same change. Third one left, said he couldn't take the tight frame. Called me years later, still sounded like the same pain. Teacher wrote wasted on my folder. Said I didn't toss where they toss old clothes. I wrote bars on the back of detention slips. Turned them little boxes to my first live shows. Pop was a ghost in a Polaroid picture. Sepia smile, eyes looking past us. I swore I'd be present, even if I ain't perfect. Break that chain, let the rust turn to ashes.
Cracks in the concrete, roof still reach. Whole lot of pain in a full block piece. Eyes on the sky, but my shoes in the street. I carry my people when I carry this beat. Cracks in the concrete, still I grow. Heart so heavy, but I move so slow. Every scar that you see when I speak is a page from the block, from the cracks in the concrete.
It's for the moms who ain't sleep. Just wait. For the kids who rehearse they fate
At the gate.
For the ones in the cell with a name,
Not a number.
for the ones in the dirt that we call
Every summer.
If I ever leave, let the tale stay here. In the spray on the wall, in the smoke,
In the chair.
turn my hurt into hope. Every word that I breathe is a rose growing quiet where you barely can see.
Cracks in the concrete, roof still reach. Whole lot of pain in a full block piece. Eyes on the sky, but my shoes in the street. I carry my people when I carry this beat. Cracks in the concrete, still I grow. Heart so heavy, but I move so slow. Every scar that you see when I speak is a page from the block, from the cracks in the concrete.
Brownstone bricks, marble steps, chip gold on the gate. Old head leaning on stories. Say my name, they relate. Quarter water stains on the curb. We learn math in the dice. Turn loose change into rent. Turn back cars into life. Air thick with fried food smoke and parole joke. Dreams folded in a mess cap under that coat. Little cousin on the corner selling incense. I dope, mama praying in the kitchen seasoning, holding hope. Yeah, street elegance. We came up rough, but we move like presidents. Yeah, crease in the fit, but the pocket's still tense. That's evidence. From the hallway fights to the boardroom speech, it's the same intelligence. We just polished up the pain. Turn scars to street elegance, yeah, street elegance. Whole block shine when we represent. Walk like the rent due twice, head etiquette. From the church fans waving to the dice that dance on the tenement steps. We just polished up the pain. Turn scars to street elegance. We just polished up the pain. Turn scars to street elegance. Gold frame on the wall, but the paint still peeling behind. That's the truth in the trophy. Every flaw still a sign. Hey, I remember plastic on the couch. Hey, summer sticking to the seat. Hey, now I'm sliding through a lobby. Same hunger in my teeth. Hey, uncle with the brown bag wisdom. Never talk what you count. He lost 3 good friends to a rumor in a drought. So I keep it tucked, quiet grind, soft voice, heavy file. Turn my block into a business plan. Every crack, every mile. Elegant. We came up rough, but we move like presidents. Ay, crease in the fit, but the pocket's still tense. That's evidence. From the hallway fights to the boardroom speech, it's the same intelligence. We just polished up the pain. Turn scars to street elegance. Street elegance. Whole block shine when we represent. Walk like the rent due twice, head etiquette. From the church fans waving to the dice that dance on the tenement steps. We just polished up the pain. Turn scars to street elegance. We just polished up the pain. Turn scars to street elegance.